Hello, everyone. This is Coresair Mack, President-elect of the Illinois Mental Health Counselors Association. And today, we're going to go over a really simple technique that you can utilize with your clients, right? Specifically, creating a schedule. So, this goes off of time management, and it's something that a lot of people, especially clients, overlook. So, hopefully, this will help you guys out with your clients. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. What is time management, or what is making a schedule? True, we can easily say it's a great way to organize your time, but ultimately, that might even confuse the client because they may think that whatever they're doing is already helping them organize their time. So, ultimately, we can explain creating a schedule in this easy way. Right? Creating a schedule is the same thing as creating a budget. You have your fixed time and you have your flexible time. So, for example, fixed times are work, sleep, eating, right, as well as any other obligations that they have, whether it be familial, friends, or what have you. Flexible time goes into play with fun things you could do for yourself, self care activities, self improvement activities, and things like that. So, if we explain it in that way, it'll help the client better understand that, okay, I got to put down my fixed time like I would my fixed costs for a budget first to make sure that's taken care of. And then after that, I could put in flexible time like I could plan for flexible spending with a budget. Right? So when we do that, it makes it easier for the client to understand exactly where you're coming from and what you're talking about. Now, with some editing magic, I will go into how you can help create essentially a schedule with a client right there in front of you. So, see you in a second. All right, so here we have a Microsoft Word document, and you can easily create a schedule with your client in front of you with this by going over to Insert, right, and then going over to Table. I forgot specifically what the measures are for a full schedule, but I think it's 8, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, of course, we go all the way down. But you can easily create more by just clicking on it and hitting enter, right? Clicking on it and hitting enter. And that should fill in a lot of other things. So I will do some more editing magic, and ultimately I'll see you when I create the schedule. All right, here we are. So ultimately, it was 8 columns by 20 rows to create this. And what you can easily do, so if you run your mouse here to the bottom right, you can easily make this bigger and stretch it out a little bit. Right? And then ultimately, you got to play with your margins a little bit to make sure it prints out if you decide to print it for your client. But yeah, it could easily be something like this. All right, so here you could put in fixed times, flexible times, and things like that to really help your clients see their schedule. And doing this helps your clients with not only depression and anxiety, but it also helps with stress as well because they're seeing that, yes, they do have a lot of time to do things in. So ultimately, there are 168 hours in a week. So is your client using those 168 hours effectively? Even with work, school, family obligations, sleep, eating, and things like that out the way, they would still have around 20 to 30 hours extra left over. So, with that being said, let me show you an example of my schedule so that way you can see what I'm talking about. So, a little bit more editing magic, but here I'll show you. All right, so with the power of editing, here is my schedule. So as you can see, I put in my wake up time, right? I put in all my fixed time, so waking up, going to bed, work, private practice, and church. All right, so through the power of editing, here is my schedule. So as you guys can see, I have my fixed times, right, with waking up, breakfast, work, and private practice, as well as lunch and dinner and bedtime. And then I have my flexible times with working out as well as R&R, which is rest and relaxation. So even if I was a client coming in struggling with time management, struggling with depression and anxiety, and you took a look at my schedule, what would you guys say to help me put in some things in there for self-care or fun things to do for myself or self-improvement? Right, of course, I got working out in there, which is great. But then I could be learning a new skill somewhere in there, right? Or I could schedule some self care time with just watching a movie, going outside for a walk, going to a new restaurant, or going to do a fun activity, right? Or I can do some self improvement things where I schedule off times to work on myself more. So besides working out, right, I can go on Duolingo to learn a new language, or I can go on YouTube to learn a new skill, or anything like that. So ultimately, this will help me see, okay, I have extra time in there that I can utilize, and also that I am making sure all my bases are covered. So I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock and I'm waking up at 5 o'clock, right? So I am making sure I'm getting in my 6 to 8 hours. And you could also see that I'm eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you can also see all the other stuff that I'm doing as well. So this will be a great activity to do with your client to help with their depression, anxiety, and their stress, because ultimately we're making sure that all their bases are covered. Alrighty, so that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Again, my name is Coresair Mack, and I am the president-elect of the Illinois Mental Health Counselors Association. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.